Anam par Brahma Swarupam, says our Indian philosophy. This means that our great saints regarded food as a form of God. However, many of us do not respect and follow this old age saying. The result is that millions of tons of food is being spoiled, wasted, or discarded when a large number of our fellow beings are not getting even 2 square meals. It has been well said, don't waste food, share it with others. Spoilage of food. Have you ever observed what people often do after shopping for groceries? Here are a few common observations. Fruits and vegetables are usually placed in the lower shelf of the refrigerator when they have to be used after a few days. Milk is boiled before storing. Also, bottles, packets containing milk are stored in the refrigerator whenever possible. Biscuits, chips, pulses, uncooked rice, and so on are stored in jars, boxes that are at room temperature. Turmeric powder or certain properly packed insect repellent tablets are placed in pulses and rice so that insects do not spoil them. Raw chicken, fish, and other non-vegetarian items are cooked immediately or kept frozen till they are required. Onions and potatoes are stored in the kitchen in trays or shelves at room temperature. Sugar and salt are placed in containers and stored at room temperature in the kitchen. Curd is prepared at room temperature, but as soon as it sets, it is placed in the refrigerator or used as soon as possible. Such activities are carried out in order to preserve the food so that it does not get spoiled. If some of the above mentioned items like milk, fish, curd, eggs, and fruits are left on the kitchen shelf for a few days, their appearance, smell, and taste changes. Curd becomes sour and milk curdles. Fruits get covered with a whitish or orange powdery substance. Some also start emitting foul smell. All these signs indicate that these food items are no longer fit for eating and are spoiled. Let us discuss the causes that lead to spoilage of food. Microorganisms. Tiny organisms like bacteria and fungi are the main cause for the spoilage of food. These organisms tend to grow fast in the presence of moisture and warmth. Enzymes. Enzymes are chemicals that are present in all fruits and vegetables. They are useful because they cause ripening of fruits. Most raw fruits are green in color and sour or bitter in taste. When they ripen, they change their color and become sweet. This happens because of the action of enzymes. Enzymes are thus quite useful. However, they are speed up chemical changes that result in the loss of flavor, color, and appearance. They can thus also contribute to the spoilage of food products. Insects, worms, and rats. These animals usually make their home in places that are moist and dark, and where food items are available. It is therefore very important to keep the cupboards, shelves, and containers clean and dry. This will prevent them from making a home at places where our food items are kept. Prevention of spoilage of food. Food must be prevented from getting spoiled. The following methods can help to prevent food from getting spoiled. Perishable foodstuffs like milk, meat, fruits, and vegetables must be stored in the refrigerator. Foods like spices, cereals, biscuits, and other snacks should be kept in airtight jars. This helps to prevent their contact with the moisture in the air. The shelves and cupboards where they are stored must also be kept clean and dry. Food preservation is the process of treating and handling of food to stop or slow down the spoilage caused by microorganisms. Food preserved by this method can usually be stored for quite a long time. It can then be used even when it is not available in its fresh form. Methods used for preservation of foods. Dehydration. In this process, water content of the foodstuff is removed. Since most microorganisms need water to grow, they cannot multiply or grow on dried foods. Many vegetables like onions and cauliflowers are dried to preserve them. Preservation by adding sugar and salt. Both sugar and salt serve as preservatives. These tend to take out moisture from the food so that it is not available for the growth of microorganisms. This method is useful in preparing and preserving pickles and jams. Preservation by adding acetic acid. Acetic acid is the form of vinegar, is used in the manufacture of several pickled products. Vinegar also stops the growth of microorganisms. Canning and bottling. Canning involves cooking food, sealing it in a sterile cans or jars, and boiling the container to kill or weaken any remaining bacteria through a form of sterilization. Many fruits, vegetables, and meat products are canned to preserve them. Pasteurization. It is the process in which the food product is subjected to pressurized heating for a short time, followed by immediate cooling. The temperature used during pasteurization is below 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Milk is pasteurized to kill microorganisms. However, many more heat-resistant organisms only get reduced in number and do not get completely removed. Hence, the pasteurized milk must generally be stored under refrigeration to keep bacterial growth in it under control. In addition to destroying some microorganisms, pasteurization also inactivates some enzymes and increases the shelf life of milk. Refrigeration. This procedure uses low temperature to prevent growth of microorganisms. Microorganisms and enzymes get deactivated at low temperature, and hence the spoilage of food gets prevented. Vacuum packing. In this method, air is removed from the package prior to sealing. The vacuum thus created reduces oxygen in the package. This limits the growth of bacteria or fungi in the package. This method is commonly used to store dry fruits like cereals, nuts, coffee, cheese, and potato chips. Do you know, food containing fats and oil changes their smell and taste and become rancid in the presence of oxygen. Manufacturers usually fill nitrogen gas in packets of potato chips and other namkeens to prevent them from becoming rancid. Importance of food preservation. Food preservation is important in many ways. It helps to maintain nutritive value of food. It increases the shelf life of food, thus increasing its supply. Many perishable foods can be preserved for a long time. It makes seasonal fruits available throughout the year. It decreases wastage of food by preventing decay or spoilage of food. It helps in adding variety to the diet. For example, in some countries, some fruits and vegetables cannot be easily grown due to unfavorable soil or weather conditions. Their non-availability can be overcome through import of preserved fruits and vegetables. Wastage of food. At a party, you must have seen how some people fill up their plates with all types of food that is available without even thinking whether they will be able to eat it or not. Sometimes they are not able to finish even half of it. So, what happens to the food that is left over in the plate? It is discarded and put in the garbage bins. Is it right to waste food, especially in a country like ours, where lakhs of people cannot afford even one square meal a day? We should only take as much as we can eat. Also, while shopping, we should buy only what we can consume.